Hey guys, how you doing? This is my Spider-Man 1 review from 2002. Now, this movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. It just is. I mean, think about it. A little boy, what, 4-year-old boy, goes to the movie theater, sees his favorite hero of all time. Just be great, right? That's just how it was for me, and that's why that he was like, I didn't have a problem with who played as him. But I will kind of take it slow and kind of explain why people didn't like him and stuff. Okay, so here's what happened. People didn't really like Tobey Maguire. People thought that he didn't really have the whole Spider-Man thing down. I, for one, felt he had the Peter Parker down a little bit. One thing that wasn't right was the depression thing. Yeah, he's whatever, right? But we get it. We get the fact that he's upset. We get the fact that we understand everything he goes through, and then the movie starts off with the big opening credits that is been played out for the three movies that it did, and I love those scenes. Those are great. So then we get to the school. He's already given MJ looks. MJ don't give a crap, like it should be. And then one thing leads to another. He gets bit, and then he soon learns that he's got all these powers and abilities. And then the iconic jumping to building to building, and then he tries to go for a web sling. And people had a problem with the organic webs. I mean, I think it was because of budget. They were like, we don't have the budget for actual web shooters. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have done it. I'm sure they would have actually put it in there. But they were like, we don't got the money. We were sitting here like, we got not much on us. We're trying so hard. And be minded that this is when Sam Raimi came to Sony to start making this movie. Now, Sony at the time only did majority of their games, like their PlayStation 1, their PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 was the shit in 2004 and 2002 and, those years. Though, that was it. Yeah, that was what everyone was playing, right? And then now we got the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. Still don't know why it's called Xbox One. Might as well call it a Xbox 720 and move on. Best quality ever. Anyway, so then he's swinging, and he's just fucking fall right in the wall. And then I love that was funny. That was funny. It was good to add that humor in there, because it's like, Spider-Man's got to be a little funny. There are times where he can have a mouth on him with when he makes fun of villains, or sometimes, which he's great. It's what he's supposed to do, and he did do that. I felt he delivered it right. And don't you dare tell me that the role for J. Jonah Jameson was not but perfect. He played that so well that you were like, that is J. Jonah Jameson. That is him. And, I think that he was perfect. The MJ character, Christian Dustin? I don't know how to pronounce her name. Sorry. So MJ is supposed to be this very confident and very individualist person, which she is. I feel like she is a little bit, except I don't feel like she is, though, when she was, with Harry a lot. It didn't really work for me. I didn't like that she was with Harry. I think that was stupid. Even though I think, if I remember correctly, there maybe was a couple where she was with him. I don't know. I know it was like that with some TV shows. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, so he's Spider-Man. They did so. Okay, back to the story. Sam Raimi, the director, he read comic books as a kid. He loved Spider-Man too, and he put in as much of the original Spider-Man in there as he could. Now, that's good, right, peoples? Ever since, like, that old Batman and Robin, which we will never speak of. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway. Get those nipples out of my eyes. I'm sorry. My eyes. Okay. So it's the iconic thing of him trying to get some money, trying to get the car, to get the girl and stuff. So he goes to be a wrestler, and he did have like a job like that in the comic book, and then there's that mugger who he didn't want to stop because he didn't feel like it was his responsibility. So then he finds out that Uncle Ben died because of him, and then he stops him, and then he fell out the window. Which I didn't like. I wish that he would have took him to prison. I think they did that because they did not want to get stuck on the fact of, oh, I gotta get the killer, I gotta get him. Because that's what they focused on the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I will save that argument for that movie. But yeah, that's what happened, and I feel like that it was better to do it that way, so that it was, because it wasn't his fault. I mean, he was just as stunned because he was like, oh, it's that guy, you're the guy who killed him, because he didn't know at first. And, you know, I think I like how it helped shape him into this responsibility thing, because, you know, it showed that he didn't want any responsibility. He just wanted to go do whatever. And I get that because I'm his age, and I get it. I don't want no responsibility either. And that's what it was like before he died. He didn't want to deal with it. You know, and I get it. Okay, so we will skip a little bit. And then Goblin comes in. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm not looking it up right now. Okay, so I will repay that in the next video. With all the real names. Sorry about that. So then we get Osborn. His origin. I don't really remember his origin too well from the comic books, but I feel like it was pretty good. I feel like the way they portrayed it. I feel like they had an upbeat. He had the upbeat, crazy, psycho thing going on. I feel like he nailed that role with it a little bit because Goblin is supposed to be a little psycho. That was great. I think they nailed that one. I love okay, so I will get to the end now. I love the iconic fight between those two at the end, where Spider-Man, because listen, he's Spider-Man, right? But he's new. So he's going to get his ass kicked a little bit, and he does, gets his ass kicked, he gets his mask scraped off, you know, and then he threatens MJ, and then he's looking at him like, you're going to get it now. Just throws him, and then he just trips him up, and brings the wall on him, and Goblin's like, no! And then he gets up from the rubble, and then he's like, oh... And then Spider-Man just comes in, grabs him, pins him against the wall, starts picking him up and punching him and picking him up and punch him. And punch it. And then he's like, stop! And then it's me, Peter. And then we find out that it's Osborn, or we already knew that, but Peter Parker finds out that he's Osborn, and then they have a big old dialogue, and then he tries to kill him with his glider. Spider-Man flips up, and Goblin kills himself. think that was potential wasted. You know, there are some pros and cons in this review. The web shooters was a negative. The origin and some other villains' origins are nice. That's a pro. The fight scenes are pro. Maybe some of the slow moving dialogue was a negative. The stuff we didn't really need. So I gave this movie a 9 out of 10 because I love Spider-Man. It's my favorite movie, and that was when that movie came out and showed people that, you know, we can have superhero movies again. We just gotta make sure we don't do like this piece of shit Batman and Robin. Oh my God, those nipples. So you guys enjoy the video. You know, leave a like. If you guys want to talk about it with me, you know, leave in the comments below. And keep rocking and rolling.